Hello guys and welcome to Quipoin. So in this video we are going to look upon some of the styling property of CSS, that is CSS Overflow and CSS Float. We are going to see why we use CSS Overflow and Float and what are the benefit of using them. So without any further delay, hit that like button, subscribe to Quipoin, and let's get started. So the first property is CSS Overflow. What is CSS Overflow? It does nothing but it basically controls your content in your web page. If, for example, you have a content that is way too bigger and you want to adjust in a smaller frame, but you also want to let see your user the whole of the content, so you need a scrollable screen. So Overflow helps in that. It basically adjusted the boundary of your container and help to view your content in a very specific manner. So that is Overflow. Let's open our VS Code and see what we can do with it. What I have already written here is my HTML code, and now I'm going to just write a paragraph here. And let's do one thing. Let's just open our website and let's go to the introduction of CSS, and I'll just copy paste everything from here. I'll just copy paste, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste it here. Now when I paste it and if I run my live environment, you can see whole of the thing here. And I have, let's say I have a frame and I just want this content to look in one frame. So what I'm going to do is simply in style, and I'll just select my P and I'll write overflow. And what I'm going to do is there's a property called scroll. So you can see now that I have a basically a scroll coming here. For example, I give a width of 100 pixel to it, a very specific 100 pixel, and a height of 100 pixels. So now you can see that it is limited, but there is a scrollable, you know, uh, page here. So this is what Overflow does. It how it controls your basically content, and it adds scroll. There are different properties like Overflow X. It will just give a horizontal scroll bar. Then there is Overflow Y. It basically give a vertical scroll bar. And also there are different properties to the scroll. For example, if I write it hidden, so there will be no scroll and there will be only what will be visible in your frame. And if you write your overflow visible, so it will be visible in such a way. So this is the overflow property that we discuss. If you do auto, it will basically adjust everything automatically, the X and Y of of your content. So this is the overflow property that we use in CSS, and it is used to basically control your content and how to use your web page. Now let's look into the float property of the CSS styling. So float property is basically used to define whether your content should be on the left, right, or it should be in the middle. Float property is basically most widely used in your nav bar. Nav bar uses most of the float property. So let's create a nav bar and look into the float property. So what I'm going to do is I have created a div class here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly create a nav bar. Let's say it's ref, and we'll just give it hashtag hashtag, and I'm going to give it, for example, home. And again, let's just copy paste it, control C, control V, and it will be about. And again, let's just paste it, and here it will be, for example, help. And again, let's just paste it, and here it will be contact. So this is a basic nav bar, and what I'm going to do is I want my these properties to be on the left. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another div class, okay, and with called nav right, because I want my these properties to be on the right side of the nav bar. So what I'm going to do is basically I'm going to create again a hyperlink. Let's say uh, ref, and login. Okay, so this will be login. Let's say, okay, so login. So this will be login, and again uh, here, and this will be uh, sign. Okay, so basically I have created two of I'm creating here nav bar with these content, I want my these content on to be on the left and these content to be on the right. So what I'm going to do is quickly I'm going to here give nav bar styling. What first of all I'll create its width to 100%. My width will be 100%. My width will be 100%. So I'm going to give it blue, and let's give. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the float property, and what I'll do is I want my these to be on the left, so I'll give it left. Now I have basically created a nav bar, okay, with background color blue and these, and what I'm going to do is I am going to give float property to the nav right as right. So I'll just give nav right and float to the right. So as I give right here, you can clearly see how my nav bar is created with home, about, left, contact on the left, and login and setup page on the right. I'll just make it lighter so it will be visible more. So this is what float property does. It basically creates your it divide your content to the left and to the right according to your width and height. So this is how float property help in creation of nav bar. It is mostly used in nav bar and aligning your content. So I hope you understood about the overflow and float property of the CSS. We discussed it clearly. Still, if you have any doubt, you can just go into the float and overflow tutorial in the CSS tutorial, and we have also uploaded exercise and interview question for you guys. So you can just go and look into the exercise and interview question, and if you have any doubt regarding anything, you can just go into the discuss forum. You can type your query here and we will be answering all your questions, and from the upcoming videos we will be looking more into the CSS styling. So subscribe to Quipoin, stay tuned with us, and thank you for watching this video.